Thank you very much for joining me on this Monday. I'm meteorologist Brian Shields. I hope you're enjoying some of the cooler temps. I'm going to get to that. Look at this spin though. Look at that kind of donut hole. You see it for yourself right there. It looks like a tropical storm. We did, when this front passed by, have some tropical storm winds over toward Bermuda, but that is quite the sight. Definitely catching your eye, catching my eye. I don't think it's going to get a name, but you see this spin here, kind of unusual to have something so clear like this time of year, and it is cranking up the seas. I'm going to get to the seas in just a second down through the Caribbean and the Atlantic, and it's really spinning in some heavier rain. In this here, that pink shading you're seeing, that's a mix. So it's either rain and snow, could be a little bit of sleet, and there's the white, that is the snow over toward Newfoundland, over toward St. John's, swinging back toward the rest of eastern Canada in New England. Pretty impressive system here. We were talking about that together over the last couple videos. Quite the sight. Definitely catching my eye the last few days, especially being January. You see it right there, and that developed behind this massive front that we even had across the Caribbean, stretching all the way back right now near St. Kitts and Nevis, Anguilla. That's where the front is. British and U.S. Virgin Islands. I'll get to that. Plus, I want to get to some of the dust. If you're dealing with the dust, I'll get to that in a second. But look at that spin right there. Now, another system in the middle of the United States. Another one moving into California. So two more. And what I'll be watching with you as we go throughout the week is just how far south they dive down. Watching our winds change and watching for different spots getting some rain. And I'll get to that with one of our computer models in just a second. But look at that front all the way down to the south. So let me break down the front with the winds first. Here's Mexico, Cayman Islands, Jamaica, Belize, Honduras, Guatemala, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama, Colombia, Venezuela, Aruba, Curacao, Bonaire. Now, here's Haiti, Dominican Republic, and Jamaica. Winds out of the north back through Puerto Rico, Haiti, Dominican Republic, British, and U.S. Virgin Islands. Right on the edge of Anguilla, Antigua and Barbuda, as we talked about too, that front wouldn't really move through, the front sitting here. So more of that easterly flow still, parts of Martinique, Guadeloupe, Dominica, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, St. Lucia, Barbados, Grenada, Trinidad and Tobago, still that easterly flow. But back toward Jamaica, the winds are about to change since that front already went by. We'll start to get that southerly, southeasterly flow kicking in. Just going out of time here into Wednesday, and then I'll get into the rain and some of the dust. You see more of that easterly flow that's with us for almost all of us. We lose that northerly flow over toward Cuba, more of that easterly breeze. Same thing throughout much of the Caribbean, and then a lot of us start to see that wind out of the southeast. Still a hint of a northeasterly breeze as we get into later this week, midweek over toward, say, Antigua and Barbuda, but mainly just to the north. Virgin Islands may still have a hint of that northeasterly breeze. So here we are. Let me take you through it. Here's Venezuela, Colombia, Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana, Suriname. We're seeing some showers in some spots today, especially toward Guyana and Suriname. Again, this thin line right here, you see it here, that green there, that's the front. So it moved all the way through as I was tracking for you through the Gulf of Mexico, back into the Caribbean over the last couple of days, sweeping through the Bahamas, Turks and Caicos. Now it's starting to wash out. By that, I mean it's falling apart. As we talked about too, doesn't always drive through Antigua and Barbuda. By the time it usually gets to us, it's usually falling apart over toward Guadeloupe, and that's the case. And you see that thin line again here as we work right into tomorrow. There's your timeline. This is tomorrow afternoon, but still that chance of showers here. So again, watching that front, that is starting to fall apart. But then I'm going to keep an eye on the other systems that'll be moving in as you hang with me in more videos as we go throughout the week. Costa Rica, Panama, getting those scattered showers tomorrow. Guyana, a little break in some spots. Same thing with Suriname. While there's still rain around, it's not going to be as widespread in most locations. Now, this is when we start to get some more changes. By the time we get into Wednesday, more of that easterly flow, the leftovers of the front giving us some showers over toward Puerto Rico. Scattered showers around, but we get that stronger easterly flow. So Trinidad and Tobago will start to get some spotty showers possible on Wednesday. And with that easterly breeze, that's going to start to take some of the showers, and even over toward Jamaica by mid and late week, that's going to give us a better chance of some showers starting to work across and starting to move in. Belize, we're looking beautiful. Honduras, spotty shower. That's about it. ABC Islands, we've been in between, not a ton. Over toward Aruba, hit or miss shower. Now the seas, because that front sweep by, and again, we've had the higher seas, Bermuda, the Bahamas, over toward the Turks and Caicos. Look at that yellow shading, some of that green shading. That's about 3 to 4 meters plus. So we're talking generally over 10 feet in spots. So heads up to our captains and mariners. I know you're always on your game, though. You know what's going on. The seas are going to be higher. Puerto Rico to the north over the next couple of days. So I'll monitor that for you. Next couple of days, those seas are going to be cranking up because of that front and because of that spin, that Atlantic spin, well, to the north. Now, let me get you into some forecasts and some of the dust. Jamaica today, beautiful day behind the front. Lots of sunshine, 86 degrees. Tonight, still some upper 60s. But not as cool as the last night. Temperatures are about to turn, winds are about to turn more to the south and southeast. U.S. and British Virgin Islands, I showed you that thin line with the front. That means while the front's kind of washing out on top of us, we've got some showers around. Not a washout, but a higher chance of rain the next couple of days. This includes Puerto Rico, 60-70% chance of some rain. Winds are out of the north, keeping it kind of coolish. 27 degrees Celsius, 81 degrees Fahrenheit. Barbados, 28 degrees today, staying breezy. Could see a quick shower, not a lot. Pretty good day in Barbados. Keep me posted in the comments. Winds southeast at about 40 kilometers an hour, so little gusty at times, which is something we're used to in Barbados. Trinidad and Tobago, a dry pattern overall today. Small chance of a shower. Watching some of that dust, though, that will be around. That dust has been an issue. Now, here's the Gulf of Mexico. I want to get to the dust as promised. Here's the Caribbean. Here's Haiti, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico. Here's Guyana. Here's Suriname. Here's Trinidad and Tobago. Okay, so you see here's the coast of Africa. Now, in the hurricane season, sometimes you get some big blobs of dust that move across, big ones. This time of year, not as much. The patterns of the winds have changed. It's not drawing as much across, but still that easterly flow, those trade winds with us. And you see some of these yellows popping up here. That's some thicker dust, slightly thicker dust. Not like the summertime, but slightly thicker. And here where my finger is, there's Trinidad and Tobago right in here. So even up toward Barbados, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Grenada, parts of northeastern Venezuela and Guyana, a little more dust over the next couple days. So I'll be watching that as we go throughout the weekend. I'll let you know how that's changing, how that's going to change as we go forward. So keep an eye on the dust as well. So higher seas around Puerto Rico, the Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, the Virgin Islands. Temperatures, night temperatures start to get a little bit milder in some spots. Still pretty nice though. And then I'll be watching those areas of rain. As I mentioned, by midweek, with that easterly flow kicking in more so, that could draw some of that moisture back toward Jamaica. I'll watch out for that. Keep an eye on how that dust is changing too. And then I'll be watching a bigger system early next week. I mentioned 2 systems in the United States, watching how far south they dive. But it looks like by the beginning of next week, there could be another kind of bigger system working a little bit closer to the Caribbean. So I'm going to watch out for that in those Atlantic seas. Those will be staying high. So thank you for subscribing and sharing this channel with your friends and family. I hope you have a great day ahead.